On today's Toy Spot, we're going to be having a look at the Marvel Select. Oh, it's very large. We're looking today at the figure of Magneto. For anyone curious on the price, let me just pan up the camera there. Oh, these packages are always so large. The price, can you see that? Yes, no, you probably can't. $24.99. Picked it up for $24.99. Generally, the Marvel Select figures, first of all, as mentioned, already come in extremely large packaging, but generally they're a little bit more pricier than the standard fare of figures that you can find in stores. Granted, though, they make up always with sculpt and usually very cool dioramas and display stands and stuff like that. On the back of the package, turn it around there, Spot. We feature a picture of Magneto. Other characters you can get, other figures you can get in these sets are, we have Deadpool, there's also Cyclops, and down below there's also a unmasked variant, which I'm not really impressed with at all, but there's an unmasked variant of Magneto as well. Also that you can get. And the read-up says, sculpted by Gabriel Marquez, Magneto is one of the deadliest mutants ever born, a man who has single-handedly defeated literally all of the Marvel heroes. The master of magnetism was born Max Eisenhard and first became aware of his awakening powers when his family was trapped inside a burning house. Unable to rescue his daughter from the blaze due to his inexperience and coupled with interference from a hostile mob, he angrily unleashed his powers with deadly results. Later adopting the name Magneto, he gathered together a group of mutants outcasts he dubbed the Brotherhood of Mutants, and has dedicated his energy toward thwarting the works of X-Men founder Charles Xavier and furthering his pro-mutant agenda against the normal human race. I also want to draw your attention to a very cool picture, a very angry picture of Magneto down below there. Nice. Also, as a side note, I want to comment that I thought Magneto was perfectly done in the First Class movie. Fingers crossed that they actually keep doing the First Class sequels and not go back to the Bryan Singer movies. At any rate, though, what we're going to do is take a break. I'm going to get this figure out of package, and we will have a look at Magneto. There's more on the way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. And before we actually have a look at Magneto, I just move him out of the way here for a second. He may or may not fall on me. I'm leaning towards, yes, he's going to fall. We'll just lay him down for a second. He'll take a nap. I want to draw your attention first to the display stand that Magneto comes with. As I think you can see, there's a sign that says the Xavier Institute there. Oh, we also got the arm of Colossus. Ah, boy. It's a shame that he couldn't just turn into something else other than metal, considering he's battling here Magneto. If he could turn into marshmallow, I don't think he'd have that problem. Of course, Magneto would probably just squish him. Who knows? But we've got a very cool display. See the brick mortar work. We've got some pipes and stuff all there. Various debris. I like, really, with even looking at the figure, I could just shut this review off now and I could walk away a happy man just looking at the display stand on its own. It also is a painful reminder. If anybody remembers, go back and watch my review. I dropped the stand. Go back and watch my review of the Marvel Select Juggernaut. And look at this display stand, and then look at the really crappy display stand we got with the Juggernaut. Such a cool figure as Juggernaut, and how awesome he turned out to be, and yet they gave him this really crappy cardboard display. Look at that display, now look at the display that came with Magneto. It's night and day, my friends, night and day. Could they not have given Juggernaut something similar to this? Really? Because to me, this is worth the figure right there. I mean, obviously, we're going to look at the figure too, but this is such a great display stand. It's a shame that we didn't get this kind of thing with Juggernaut. At any rate, you'll also see there's a peg hole there too, so you can put the Magneto figure there. Let's put that down for a second. And let's have a look at Magneto. I love this figure. I love this figure as much as one guy in his 30s could love a figure. He's got such a great head sculpt, first of all. Really, really angry or mad. It could be either or. Now the helmet is not removable, it's just a solid piece. But the sculpt on the face is really, really cool. And you know what the first thing I thought of? No, Spot, what was the first thing you thought of? The first thing I thought of when I saw this figure, especially out of package, the first thing I thought was the X-Men arcade. I know, I don't know why, but just looking at the way that the figure is designed and sculpted, the first thing I thought of was the X-Men arcade. The sculpt, even on the neck, I don't generally draw attention to the necks of figures, but I just want to draw your attention to this neck. The sculpting on it is just awesome. It is really, really nice. Now we're not looking at the ultimate X-Men Magneto, we're looking at just a classic X-Men Magneto. So he's got the red, the purple collar there with the very long cape. We'll look at it in a second. There's purple underwear going on there. I got what seems to be just a splotch of paint, unfortunately. Oh, Spot, don't rub his crotch too much. But he's got a really, really cool cape. Again, very nicely sculpted. You can see where the fabric even has bunched up around the collar here. I think he's so, so cool. There's really not much to say. I mean, if you like Magneto, you probably already have this figure. If you don't, why don't you? He's also got sculpted hands, which is sculpted in such a way it looks like he's mustering up his magnetism, the power of magnetism. But I mean, everything on this figure is done really, really well. In the way of Magneto's articulation, pan the camera back a bit there, Spot. He has a ball-jointed head. He has what looks to be a pin and socket joint shoulder. You can move the arms out, but they can only go so far before they butt up against the cape. You can rotate them as well, but again, you're going to hit the back of the cape, so you're not going to get a lot of movement, even though the joint is there that you could. There is a rotation in the forearm. You can also bend at the elbow. You rotate the hand, you can also bend the hand in and out. So you can get these really good sculpts, really good poses of Magneto being all bad. He also has a rotation in the waist. The legs can bend in and out, back and forth. You can rotate at the thigh, bend at the knee at 2 points, rotate at the foot, and also bend at the foot. The one thing that would have been cool is had they put a peg or something on the underneath the cape and actually given you a display, like a pole that you could actually have the figure hovering over his display stand. I think that would have been really, really cool. But even without that, this is such a great figure. If I could give Magneto here any sort of rating, I'm gonna probably give him I'm gonna give him a 9. Great figure. He's a little taller than a Marvel Legends, so I don't know, scaled, if you could put him with the rest of the Marvel Legends. But you know what, you probably could, because such a cool figure such as this, I would say you don't want to miss an opportunity to get this guy with the rest of your display. Get the camera pan there. Fantastic. Solid figure. You're a fan of X-Men, you're a fan of Magneto, do go out and pick up the Marvel Select Magneto. Today's Toy Spot, we were having a look, I just said it, we're having a look at the Marvel Select Magneto. A 9 for this figure, well worth picking up. I'm going to wrap this up here. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know down below if you've picked this figure up yourself and what you think of it. And I will see you guys next time.